Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Pastor Grissom. Welcome to another edition of G Talk. We know that's God Talk. We want to just thank you all for joining us on this evening. And today we have a very special guest, a pastor, a gospel recording artist in her own right, a book writer, author. So we're going to welcome to the show in her very own way, Pastor Rita Shinhoster. Let's welcome her to the show. Good evening. God bless you. Good to see you once again. Welcome to the show. Pastor Rita Shinhoster, it's a blessing to see you once again.
What a pleasure to see you.
Yes. I first met you at the Gospel Fest at the RV Park in Millersville a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So tell me what's been going on. What you been up to since?
Oh, wow. As a matter of fact, I just got ordained to pastor. I was doing outreach for years, and I got ordained as a pastor. And been getting new members and writing books, writing songs, just
Wow.
a little bit of everything, just diversity of platforms.
Right. First of all, I want to, like you said, you're a gospel artist and you also pastor in your own right. So I want to talk about the musical ministry side of your ministry first. Just share with us how that came about in the music part of it. How that all started.
Well, just being a pastor and doing outreach, I have a love for young and middle age, even though, I like the pillars of the church, but there's a way to get our youth and middle age through music. And so the Lord just inclined my ears to hear lyrics to songs that would, bring the world to church.
Right.
Yeah, and I got that opportunity to minister through song. Because I can't preach to everybody.
Right.
But with the radio stations and all of that, guess what? I can sing to them.
You sing it.
Any way to get, God's people's attention.
Paul said, "I appear many things to
Okay.
those that I can write
You
appear
get
to
the
them."
comfort, yes, Lord.
Right.
That's it.
So how long you been singing? Like, did you start at a young age?
As I grew up Kojic, so
Okay.
when I say Kojic, we had Sunshine Band, Purity Band, and we had instructors, and we had to sing in the choir. Whether you could sing or not, you had to sing. And I remember being a young girl, and my mom, people would come over, and she would say, "Rita, come sing. And, so ever since I was, old enough to sing,
Okay.
I've been
So
singing.
you just brought up and sang.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've heard your songs,
Mm-hmm.
and you mentioned it just a few minutes ago, but you got a sort of a unique style that I like about it. Who are some of the people that you influenced you, maybe that you maybe patterned yourself after, or was a role model?
Yeah. You may think it's strange, but I wanted to be a rapper coming up. I really and truly the Roxanne, SWV, y'all haven't always been saved. So yeah, I was inspired by them at that time, thinking I'm gonna throw this rap song out here, but God changed my path. He changed it. Instead of the R&B world, He sent me over to spiritual, that way. So.
It's a song that Trinity does, and it's called Lord. And they just changed the lyrics from what's the guy's name? I can't think of his name. I'm music soul child.
Yeah. But then I think more too that I have youth. I have a 21-year-old now and a 19. So you got to keep it up. They don't want that that old school. They like it in this place. So they're like, "Mama, give us something." And my friends want to listen to too. I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Y'all don't know. I'll bring it now."
We gonna definitely talk about some of that. I know the song that I'm very familiar with, but do you have a rap gospel song that you done worked on?
Somewhere, I'm telling you, I'm so ready to come out with it. Favor just hit my life hard.
Okay.
I mean, it's gonna be hard, but I just finished one.
Okay. All right. So you're working on a project right now?
I am. I'm back in the studio working on a project.
Do you have a release date for that?
Hopefully mid-March. Mid-March.
Okay. Now, the song that I want us to lead into that we're familiar with, especially on the airwaves, It's called Family.
Mm-hmm.
Right. How did you come up with that title? What was going on for you to come up with that particular
It was
song?
right at my husband's and our 20th wedding anniversary.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what, I've catered to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time to cater to my family, my husband, speak, into his life with this song. And I told him, I said, you know what, I've got a surprise for you. It was like, oh Lord, there's no telling you a surprise.
Right.
I said, no, it's gonna be about us. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna do this song, I'm gonna write it. I said, and we're gonna get somebody to come and just video it, and we gonna just let this do what it do, just to let people know that marriage can be made easy.
Right.
Yeah, and so it started.
Yes,
And right on the 20th, right on our April 7th, yeah, we released it and on that day. So family.
So we're gonna you led us into that. So we're gonna enjoy this video that Pastor Rita Shinhoster is gonna bless us with, and the name of this song is called Family, and I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. Let's take a look at it.
They say amen. Family, family. I can't say we don't have our ups and downs, but through prayer and talk, it's all turned around. Family, family. How they hold me, kiss me, encourage me, so much serenity in my family. Joy that I feel inside. See, it's a dream come true. It cannot be described. I'm gonna love and cherish what you've given me. You turn my dream into a reality. I give you all the praise for what you've done. I'm married. You blessed our bond. Thank you, Lord.
We was just so wonderfully blessed by that, and it has so much meaning and content, because family is definitely everything. A family that definitely prays together, stays together. Yeah, so we thank you for blessing us with that, and then we look for more of that. What you say that gospel that song was again?
Paper just hit my life hard.
Okay, all right. We waiting for that.
Yeah.
Now that's the one that you actually.
That's the one I'm working on now, but I have one called If You Live Right. We've already, we've got that done.
Okay,
if you
so
live right, you can have it.
Okay.
Joy, peace, happiness, all of that is in this particular song.
We ain't got that at the station yet. What's going on with
Yes,
that?
look, it is. I can get it to you in a few minutes.
Okay.
Got it on me.
Yeah, so I can get ready to get that on there. All right, so that's why I want to talk to you about the musical ministry side of it, because that was the appetizer. Okay, that was the appetizer so I done got my appetizer.
Okay.
Now I'm ready to eat now. Okay, I want some spiritual food now.
Wow.
All right, I'm ready for some
All
spiritual
right.
food.
All
So let's get down to the meat. Okay, we done did the milk. Well, I'm ready to get down to the meat. So share with me about your ministry journey. how did you get started in your ministry? Or
Well, once again, I was raised up in the church, and I always looked at those old mothers in the motherboard corner and said, "Ooh, one day I'm gonna be just like them."
Okay.
And not knowing I was up under such a great leader, Elder Wright the former, but deceased, Prophet Rance King's soul, and he just instilled so much because we had to do Sunday school, Bible study. They call it YPWW, but it was Young People Winter Workers. So I was always raised in the church all of my life, and I knew that it was just something different about me. I tried to stray away, but that was just something, and I know now that it was the Holy Spirit. Even at that time, that was just, I just knew there was a call. And got saved after 26 years when I was like 26, 27. Just said I'll get married and, just turn my life over to the Lord. And when I did that, it was just up from there.
Wow.
And everybody could see the calling, and
So how long have you been? I know we talked about earlier. You just blessed with your church. So how long have you been pastoring?
I've been pastoring for 2 years, but I was actually doing outreach for 8 until I was just like, the people are coming. I've got to meet a need. I love people. And guess what? Who but I to help? And so I was doing Wednesday noonday prayer, and people would actually come to the noonday prayer, leave work or go back to work, and got a choir for noonday prayer. And I would do Bible study sometimes on a Friday night, or I'll change up and do what I would call a healing and deliverance service, and people would come out. And so I said, Lord, you know what? Got to take this further.
This leap of faith.
And so I just got ordained to pastor.
And God always creates whatever He is that He has for you to do. He creates a need for it, and so He created.
I like that.
Right, He created a need for it. So tell us about your church. Where is it located? What's the service time?
It's located in Gordon, Georgia, at 276 Litchfield Road. And we have services every first and third Sundays at 12 noon, every first and third Sundays, unless I, call for something else. And maybe I said some Friday nights now, more of a prophetical flow, or people come in, young and old, with needs. Just want a prayer closet, Just want the church to go back to the necessity, which is prayer.
Prayer.
It's so extensible,
What was that acronym you used with the youth? You said it, I didn't quite catch it. It was why something you said?
YPWW, Young People Winter Workers.
So, on your platform, what you got working on your platform right now? I know you say you're working on a book.
I am. And a conference. Let me say the conference first. I did a conference 2 years ago. I skipped last year because my husband passed. And this was something that we planned together. But it's called the Looser Conference. And I did this on it's called Looser Conference. And so it's going to be something done annually, every year. The second Saturday in August. Every second Saturday in August. Annually.
And now
it's called the Looser.
This was the first year that you did it?
That was the first year that I did it.
Last year was the first year?
2021.
Okay. You got it right here. Okay.
So I skipped 2022, but it's coming.
Okay, so it's coming back this year.
They packed it out in 2021.
And this is at where's this going to be at?
It's going to be, the location will be on the flyer, because what I said, I started it in my hometown. You don't ever want to do too much outside of your hometown. You want to bless your hometown first before you spread anything abroad. And so I said this year it will be in Macon, next year it'll be in Atlanta, next year we're just going to take it.
Make sure you keep us in tune with that.
I will, thank
you. Loose Herd Conference.
Loose Herd, yes.
Where did that concept come from? Where did that title come from?
Women, we have so much, and we keep going from day to day. Multitasking, gotta do this, gotta do that. And we hold on to issues, past hurt, past failures, just depression and
Right,
just
right.
so much that a woman hold on, but we still move.
Right.
You know, but there's some things that shouldn't be there.
Right.
And a lot of women, you know, they work, they maneuver with it, not knowing I can be loose from this. I don't have to accept what's going on in my life.
Right.
And so that conference is all about listen, lose her and let her go.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, the woman that's got the spouse that they keep the gas tank full for them, and something happened to the car. That you know, the man takes care of that as well. But what about that single mom or that parent that
That's
you know,
so true.
she got to get up, she got to do all those things.
That's so
And I think a lot of times that's what Jesus was trying to show the disciples at one point. Y'all so sequestered because I'm here with y'all now.
Yeah. And it's so funny the way you say God, you know, he maneuvers. Just think about, I had a husband for 22 years.
Right.
Just think about that. And then now I'm single.
Right.
Yeah, so now I know how it feels to know I've got to do this.
Right.
Now I got to gas up the car.
Right.
I've got to maintain 4 babies, 4 children,
Right.
you know, 2 adult children and 2, you know. So now God is still showing me. So I've chopped it all up. How Beyonce say, I made lemonade out of it.
Right.
Now I know what it feels like. So I can really say, lose her and let her go.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you got your own testimony now that you can reach out and help somebody else.
That's it.
And grab them up.
Not just the married, but now the single women.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know the way they feel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, we had some one time, I can't really say about the location, I don't want to get out too much, but you know, that they was on Mother's Day, and they would point out and say, we're going to give all of the married mothers, you know,
Oh, wow.
a basket. And that just never really set well with me. I'm like, what about,
Oh, wow.
you know, so what we're really doing is we're really judging.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can't, you know, you got to show that other person as well. But
That's so true.
that person is still
Yeah.
a mother, and matter of fact, her struggle is probably harder than
Wow. And some
that
of them
married
didn't
mother.
ask to be single or to be
Exactly.
divorced.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. So you just can't do that.
That's so true. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't thought about that.
Yeah.
But it's done a whole lot.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Right. So your book. So you have your book, and when is it going to be released?
Hopefully everything in March. We got to leak this in March. It should get to Amazon. It's called The Comforter. I wrote a book before this one called Yes You Can. And then after my husband passed, this book was dedicated more to him and to people that have lost a loved one, to let them know that the Comforter is there, the shield,
Right.
the person, the protector, the sustainer is there, you know, in your most forensic time to do just what the book say, to comfort you.
Right.
Because that's a time when people can't help you,
Right.
friends can't help you,
Right.
you know, only God can guide you through the Holy Spirit too.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's some key verse here. He said sustain. Because sometimes we haven't been completely delivered out of what it
Yes,
is
Lord.
that we're dealing
Real.
with. So God has to show us
Yes, Lord.
that, you know, I don't have to deliver you.
Yes,
I
Lord.
can sustain you right
That's
in the midst
it.
of your
That's-
storm or
that's it.
whatever it is that you're going through. So it's good for us to know that, because we always want to know
Come on.
about the mountaintop experience.
That's it.
But David said,
But
well,
I'll
even though I
keep
walk
right
through the
there.
valley,
A shadow.
I ain't got to fear nothing because
Come
I
on.
got the comfort.
The Comforter.
Yeah, that's with you.
Yes, Lord.
So
So
we look forward to that book. And you said this is your second book.
this is my second book right
And the
here.
first book was,
Of Yes You Can.
Yes, You
It's
Can.
called Yes You Can.
okay.
And so I stand behind that because that's why a lot of people that may be listening now have a platform called Joyful Noise. Not even knowing that Yes You Can would lead me to that. And then right during the pandemic, I'm telling people, because I had a husband,
Right.
yes you can.
Right.
Let's pull through this, because people were just losing, you know, their loved ones,
Yes.
not knowing.
Yes.
God was preparing me because he knew your husband is getting ready to exit.
Wow.
Now the same words you told Joyful Noise, over 3,000 viewers. Now tell yourself,
Right.
you can make it.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
gonna make it.
And that's powerful, because there are some sermons that I preach
Mm.
that I ain't been through. But there are some that I'm
You
preaching.
better talk about it, my
I've
God.
been through them, and those
Yes,
are the
Lord.
most touching ones. You know,
Mhm.
you done been through something.
Mhm.
You know, and that's that's a good thing for us. It's different when somebody is praying with you and they just trying to help you go through. Be
That's
there.
true.
But it's a
when
whole
you
big
know-
difference when somebody
Come on,
praying with you
come
and they
on.
done been
That's
through.
it. That's it.
Yeah, what you done
Yeah.
been through too,
And
and
it's-
that's what you're doing in your women
Yeah.
ministry. Well, not just your women ministry,
Yeah.
but just I'm talking about with the mothers and things like that. But it's kind of interesting how your book kind of lines up, because it seems like that's part two to yes you can, because that's the answer to why you can.
And I would tell myself that all the time. I'm like, oh God, I wrote the book, yes you can. But I was still able to go back and show them the same words that I told them.
Right. Right.
Show them, I myself gotta chew this up and eat it.
Right.
And yeah.
It was a story about this young lady, and one of the mothers of the church, she got sick. Well, not the mother of the church got sick. The young lady got sick, and so the mother told the young lady, said, "Rebuke it. The devil is a liar." And so later on, years down the road, the old lady got sick. And so the young lady told her the same thing. Said, "Rebuke it. The devil is a liar." She told the young lady, "No, he ain't lying this time."
Oh, I like that. It's real.
So it's different when you go. You can tell somebody all this
That's
and that.
so
Have
true.
faith,
When they're going through, but
yeah. So it's a whole different.
I didn't say a difference between empathy and sympathy.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So
that's right. It sure is. Yeah. All right. So so that's your focus right now that you got going on right now.
That's my main focus, and in this conference in August, getting it out, getting this book, because a lot of people did purchase. I had a book signing. I had 2 book signings, and they sold. So I'm hoping Amazon and to just to talk to different people, because we're still losing loved ones.
Right.
By the day, dozens by the day. So I think this book will be.
And I know you're humble about it, but you have a good following, support.
God be the
as well. So
glory.
we just know that you humble about it, but at the same time you know that God got you in that position for it. Right. So tell us, how can we subscribe to you, through maybe social media, or what type of platforms you have on that?
Listen, you can find me on YouTube under Rita Shinhoster. Not Pastor, but Rita Shinhoster. You can find me on Instagram. And I need for you all to like and subscribe. Family is on YouTube. This next song that I've got already is about to hit YouTube. And Favor just hit my life hard. You can find me on Facebook. Thank you all who are already supporting. But please subscribe and like.
We want to continue to keep you in our prayers, and you keep doing these wonderful things with your conferences, with your books, blessing us in music ministry. But most of all, we thank you for blessing us with the word.
Well, I thank you for this invite.
Oh yes, we thank you for being our guest, and we hope to collaborate again.
All right.
And,
So look forward to it.
Yeah. Just keep us informed. We're gonna always be supporting Pastor Rita Shinhoster.
Wow.
All right. And we want to thank you all as our guest for tuning in for another edition of G Talk. Join us next week at this very same time at 6 o'clock for G Talk. Remember that God is smiling down on you. He's looking down on you. You're blessed. You're highly favored. And remember, don't be more than what you are. Don't you dare be less than what God created you to be. We love you. God bless you.